All right, appreciate everybody being here. In customary fashion, Coach will have an opening statement, and we'll take questions from everybody. You want to raise your hand? So, go ahead, Coach.
All right. Nice crowd here today. First, I just want to start out by sending my condolences out to all the families that lost some loved ones during the storm yesterday. It was kind of a quick hitter and kind of caught a lot of folks by surprise. So I know there's a lot of first responders that were probably supposed to be here today. They weren't able to come to the football game because of what they were doing after the storm yesterday. So my prayers to those families that may have lost a loved one. What a win. Just really grateful for this football team. I challenge these guys every day. What's important for these guys to understand is, when you get to these moments in these kind of games where, two good teams are battling, it's always going to come down to, the last series, the last play. And these guys fought. And there were some ups and downs throughout the whole game. I mean, you want to get sick on certain things that happen in a football game by your football team, but then your team makes some great plays as well against them. I challenged my offensive and defensive line today. The trenches were the reason why we won this football game, and it'll ultimately be the reason why we win or lose the championship if we get there. Those guys are the heartbeat. Jacob Sailors came up big. Max is an undefeated quarterback right now. But just a lot of credit to my staff and my players. We don't do a lot of work during the week as far as physical work. It's hard. We're trying to keep fresh bodies, and guys sold out today. And that's what it was going to take. Shout out to Coach Holtz and their team. That was a championship caliber team right there. I mean, they made some mistakes. They bounced back. They didn't flinch. And ultimately, it came down to the last drive. And we were able to come up in that moment, win by a point. So, God is good. I told the players, they're just a blessing to be in this circumstance, to be in an opportunity to showcase yourself. I mean, all these guys have goals of doing bigger things, but where their feet are now and being a Battlehawk and doing it for this city, and the crowd was awesome. That's what it's all about. And we have to finish strong all the way across the board, top to bottom, organizationally, players, fans, city, all that stuff. We have a unique opportunity to kind of continue this and push forward. We got 4 wins in a row. We're stacking W's. And it's because guys are starting to believe in what they've been doing. So proud of everybody. It's a great win for us. And again, we're going to enjoy this one because this is a hump game. This is a team that we've struggled against last year. Everybody's been struggling against them, and they gave us their best effort today, and we were able to come out on top.
Let me state your name and your outlet, and then we'll get the question, Chief.
Steve Overby, Post-Dispatch. How you doing, Coach?
Good, Steve. How are you?
Good. Talk about that last drive. One pass to Butler, but it was Sailors just carrying the mail.
Yeah, really proud of Jacob, number 1 today. I wish you could keep him in on every down, but obviously you got to get a blow here and there. But I know his daughter was at the game. It may have been her first game, and it's just a special day. I know he's pretty emotional about the game and how he played. He wanted to play great in front of his family, and he did. I mean, it was just a lights-out effort, and it starts up front. Our offensive line, I did challenge them. Like, there has to be a point where those guys step up and take ownership. And Birmingham's defense knew we were running the football. We knew we were running the football, and we just kept pounding away. And ultimately, that was the difference in the football game. But just really proud of the way he played and what he brings to the table. He's a captain. He's our best player, honestly, and he lives up to those expectations. And in the biggest games, in the biggest moments, you got to show up, and he did.
Talk about the defense that last stop. Feeney's got his hands in everything, and those guys just, like you said, sold out to stop him and shut him down.
They're closers. I mean, the defensive line, the ends, just the pressure they put on the quarterback, finding the football, knocking it out. We had some guys get nicked up. Guys had to play some extra snaps on the interior. Willie, Callahan O'Reilly with the pick 6. I mean, we run that drill. It's funny. I was like, that's the drill. That's the drill. I say that after every interception by our linebacker, but they practice that exact moment every single week. Chris Claiborne does a great job of just preparing those guys and putting them in those opportunities to make those plays, and that's huge. I mean, you got 3 linebackers that Mike and Willie and Callahan that just do a great job, but to be big in that moment and catch the football and finish. We've seen so many dropped possible pick 6s on our end, and it was good to come up. We needed it. It was such a defining play, a defining moment. And Donnie does a great job of putting these guys in the right spots. And ultimately, we do have to execute better. We left a lot on the field today. little technical things that just, you shake your head sometimes when they make those mistakes, but that's football, and you got to find a way to bounce back, whether you get beat deep or, that guy breaks a tackle on you got to come back on the next play and make a play, and that's what these guys did, and it's belief. It's all about believing what you're doing, have a short-term memory, and that's what they did today, but just a great effort up front by our defense.
You're always talking about how tough it is to win in this league. 4 in a row is a record. That's nothing to be laughed at.
No,
that's hard.
No, I mean, listen, all the glory to this team. These players, they work hard, man. They care about it. We talk a lot every single day about just ball. We talk about, becoming a man, becoming a pro. I want to help these guys in all the aspects, and it's not just ball. It's not just running plays. It's bigger than that. And I want these guys have little holes here and there we try to fill for them. Our staff, they work extremely hard to put them in a situation to be successful. And a lot of guys really stepped up in the moments today, and it really comes down to players. It don't matter what play call is called by Phil or Donnie. These guys have to go out there and make plays. And we were able to make, one more than they did today, and it was a big win for us.
Hey, Coach. Lynn Worthy from the Post-Dispatch. Talking about your defense, even during the week we talked about your confidence leaning on them. What is it about that group where you get different plays, different types of plays, whether it's turnovers or stops, and from different people on different weeks? I mean, it's been consistent, it seems like, throughout the season.
Yeah, you're not going to have a perfect play every time. Guys are going to make mistakes. I think the biggest thing we've been preaching the last couple of weeks is just effort, energy, and 1-2. Like, you're in a unique position where we're going into week 9 next week. Like, you're in a really good spot. Like, the opportunity and place that we're at as a football team, you're crazy not to lay it all on the line these last couple weeks. And I just try to present that to them every single day. Like, man, like, you have earned the right to be in the conversation. Now we either turn on the energy and the effort and the 1-2, and just when we walk out of that tunnel, you just got to believe. And I think it's just overcoming adversity as well. Guys make mistakes, guys bounce back, other guys pick up other guys. And that's what a good team does. And I told you guys this from day one. We are a better team than we've ever been because we can lean on all aspects. We can bring guys in if guys get hurt. And that was the key to this season. How do we build a better team so we don't have to rely on one guy to make all the plays for us, right? So guys have embraced that. And if they continue to make it about the team and be selfless, which they've done, they really have. And it's hard. It is hard to go out there and not want yours, or Jakor on the first play, he's open. We just quite didn't get the ball out to him. Like, it's tough, man. He's in great position. He's about to make a great play, and we just came up a little short. But then just another guy's got to make a play. Guy's got to pick somebody up. So everybody's happy for each other at the end of the day. That's what matters, and that's a sign of a good team. And right now we're super battle tested. Like, there's no way this team going into week 9, 10, and into the playoffs, if you're not completely focused in and locked in on what the goal is, you're crazy. And that's why we got who we got, because these guys care. Yeah, let's get some of the young questions. I want to stump me here. Yeah,
My question for you is, how has the team's dynamic been, especially with so many players coming from different football backgrounds?
Yeah, well, that's a great question because, we had about 30 new players come onto our team this year. And, the expectation level is high. What's helpful is those other 25, 30 players that have been here the last year or two. They help build the culture that we've put together the first 2 seasons. So I don't have to go out there every day and pound dirt and try to make them to believe and understand what our standard is. Now, they're all presented with it because guys that were here last year have to be reminded of what the standard is, but they also police their football team, right? Good teams have good players that police the team so that they keep guys focused in the right track and get them understanding like what the expectation level is. So when we bring in new players each year, there is that turnover. You got to get those guys to understand quick what we're trying to do. And then quite frankly, if they don't, we'll get a new player and we'll get somebody else that understands it, right? So everybody makes the same amount of money in this league. There's no, $1 million players or anything like that. So everybody's treated the same. And but we do have great leaders on our team, and they help carry those new players that we get in over the last couple of years.
No? Okay. All right. Right here. Don't forget to say
Yeah. My name is Rajit Sahani, and I'm with the Lancer Feed from Lafayette High School. And, Coach, I just wanted to ask you, throughout the game, the offense looked sluggish at times. What adjustments did you make during that last drive to make sure the team was able to secure the win?
Well, yeah, listen, we're learning and growing every week. We got Max Duggan, who's done a fantastic job. He's growing. You know, he led his team to TCU to a national championship game against Michigan in 2023, and he's still learning the position, man. He wanted to learn how to run an NFL-type style offense, right? So when you watch us, we run the same plays as, you know, the Rams, the Packers, the Bengals, like those. That's the offense we're trying to help these guys learn. And from a quarterback position, to run a college system and then come over and learn that, it takes time. And Max wasn't the starter to start the season, right? So it's going to take some time for the passing game. And we hit a lot of big passes once in a while. We'll make some big plays. But today, the difference in making the change was the run game. We just put it on our offensive line to go out there, and they knew it was coming, and they just blocked them up, treaded, and Jacob did a great job breaking tackles. And that puts a lot of pressure on your defense because now you get the coverage you want, and then you get plays to Gary one-on-one, or you get plays to Hakeem one-on-one. That's kind of what we are right now, right? So we're going to lean on running the football. And you got to stop the run against us. If you don't, you know, then you're going to have a hard time, you know, with some of those one-off passes that we have. So you may see it being sluggish. I just see us trying to improve every single time. And what's nice about it is we're still able to win football games. So it gives us another week to get a little better, to see it, to understand it, and to grow from it. And, you know, quite frankly, in life, that's how you get better, right? Through your experiences. So just like you're sitting here today asking questions, you're going to, you know, another game, you're going to get another chance somewhere else. You're going to ask all kinds of great questions and understand. But, you know, quite frankly, it's about these players just getting a little bit better every single week. And, you know, winning 4 games in a row, like, you know, we were just talking about, it's not easy. And, you know, congrats to our players who did that.
My name's Darby Morrell, and I'm with the Lancer feed from Lafayette High School. My question is, lots of injuries today. How does that impact the team moving into next week's game against St. Toto?
You know, I try to, like, not hear what the damage is after the game. You know, but it is an opportunity for another player that we have on our team to step up and make a play for them and get their chance. You know, again, trying not to be relying on one player. Like, if he goes down, like, now what, right? Hey, we have other players. We build a great roster. Me and Dave Bowler done a nice job. Just how do we get better? How do we get better depth? It's hard in these leagues. You know, I mean, all the good players are at the next level, right? So you got to weed through thousands and thousands of players and hope that you got guys that can step in. Now, you know, we'll see what it looks like from an injury standpoint. We did lose, you know, CPJ, our corner, went down in the game. Isaiah Mack, who's been playing great. Our D tackle went down. So we'll assess those things. We're hopeful that they're not as bad as they maybe are when you happen in the game. But, again, you know, we're just it's next man up mentality. That's the way it's got to be. And guys have stepped up and done a nice job for that. So we've been blessed with good players on this roster.
My name is Carter Hawkins from Northwest High School. Going off the win today, what is the preparation going into another home game against San Antonio on Friday night?
Well, we love playing in St. Louis, right? That's number one. The fans were awesome today. I mean, they were good on first and second down. I mean, they understood what the deal was today, the plan, right? Like, they get up and they start cheering, and it's awesome, man. I mean, I wish we could fill this thing up to the top because it's such a good experience. You guys have a good time today? It was pretty cool, right? I mean, it was really good. I mean, it was a fun time, and the fans, the kids, the families that come out here, man, we just want to entertain you and give you a really good product. And I promised that day one when I got hired. We're not just a new football team coming to town like, hey, we got football. Like, we're going to be a winner. We're going to work hard. We're going to get good players here, and we're going to win football games. And that's why you're going to buy hot dogs and drink your beers and all that kind of stuff, get your ice cream. And you're going to sit back and you're going to watch a good team play football. And the team we beat on the field today, that's a damn good team as well. And that's what you want. You want 2 good teams battling against each other, and you want to have those moments in St. Louis. So, listen, I don't care. San Antonio's a good team. They've been close in a lot of games. We got to get ready because, you know, when you're a team that's not having a lot of success, what do you want to try to do? Beat the what? You want to beat the good teams, right? So they're going to give us their best effort, and we want that. We want those punches thrown at us because it helps us be battle tested as we're trying to reach our goal into the playoffs. So, yeah, great question. You know, we'll be focused and ready. We can't have a letdown. It's just too late in the season to do that. It was week 3. It's a different story. You got to worry about that, right? But, man, we got to be, like, supremely focused moving forward, and I think our guys will.
All right, last question.
Hi, Coach. My name is Declan Phipps. I'm also with the Lancer feed from Lafayette High School. A similar question was asked of the Stallions, but I wanted to hear it from a Battlehawks perspective. Obviously a super loud, proud crowd today. What does that environment mean to you and your players in a game like this?
Yeah, you know, extremely blessed for me, number one, to be named the head coach of this football team. It's the best market. You know, it's the best place to coach, the best place to come out at tunnel every single week. And, you know, I wasn't the first in line for this job, right? I just, you know, was committed to getting my face and name in front of the people that mattered and sell them a vision. And I just love the fact that we're able to provide them with a good product. Our staff is incredible. I mean, if you look at our staff and Google them, like Donnie Abraham, Leroy Glover, Phil McGegan, you know, Chris Claiborne. These guys were like stud players. Like they got a ton of experience. Like we're giving these guys gold, these players every single day. So they're not just learning how to become great players. We're also teaching them how to be good pros and good people, man, because that's what this thing's all about. It's a full circle kind of commitment to these guys. But, you know, coming to St. Louis and for us, it's a blessing. I told them today, it's a blessing to play in front of a place that has fans. It's a blessing to come into a stadium where it's loud and on third down, it's hard for the other team. Like, you know, I mean, I wish we could play all 10 here. You know, that'd be awesome. And they show up every single week. But we are very fortunate to have a fan base like that. And we don't take it for granted ever because we know how important it is. And, it, you know, away teams, when they come in here and play, it's fun for them too, right? And ultimately, guys, like making plays on the football field is going to ultimately get you maybe to the next level or get you another shot or get, you know, maybe get to the NFL. But in this league and what we do, like you got to be able to operate with noise and pressure, right? And that's what the St. Louis fans give. And they give it to our, you know, when our defense is on the field, it's loud for them. They got to communicate. They got to work a little harder. Even though it's hard for the offense, like we could be out of the wrong spot because we didn't get the call, right? So everybody just kind of being on their keys and doing their thing. But it's the best fan base in the UFL. I'm proud to be the coach of the team, and I'm going to be here till they fire me. So I can't wait, and I love it here, man. It's been great. It's been really good. Anybody else? Everybody get their questions. I got time if you got one. I will give you the question. Yeah, let's bring it. Yeah, go ahead. We got a long way to go. Like that would be a championship game. I think we just kind of look where we're at. You know, we're going to enjoy this victory. You know, prepare for our next week. You know, honestly, there's a lot of hypothetical scenarios with clinching. We just got to kind of stay the course, you know, because we still need to get a little better, right, and keep going. The thing is, how do you kind of get the work in, stay healthy so that you can make it through that push, right? You know, 9, week 10, and then 2 playoff games. So 4 more games to really get locked in. We don't do a lot in practice. We try to pull back, and that's risky because when you don't do tackling or you don't have pads on, like sometimes things show up in a game that you know can hurt you. But you know we trust our players in that. And again, if we clinch and whatever happens in this game tomorrow is fine. But for us, we got to continue to get better. And it's also an opportunity if we do clinch to maybe give some other players that haven't had a chance, let them shine a little bit and give them an opportunity. So, like I said, we're proud to be where we're at. We got to continue to play hard every single week. And you know, San Antonio will be a huge game for us, and that's how we're going to treat it. Awesome. We good? All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Go Battlehawks.